Welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about the Sephora Air Brush range. These are products that I like to use for an everyday kind of natural look. I do sometimes use them for a nighttime look, but they make getting ready for a regular day so much faster. So today I'm going to show you what I do to get ready on a normal day. So first I'm going to use my Hourglass primer. It's also very important when using the airbrush to put your hair back or just something over your hairline so that you don't get it all up in your hair. For the same reason, you always want to do your skin before your eyes, because I did it the other way around last night and got foundation all over my false lashes. I'm going to give it a nice shake. And I like to do portions. I'm going to do my forehead first, and then I'm going to move from cheek to cheek. And then I like to take a flat top fluffy brush. And I'm not like swiping it, I'm kind of dabbing and pushing it around in small circles. For any areas that you need a little bit more coverage, like for me, I've got a red spot on my forehead right here. I'm just going to spray a little bit extra right onto my brush so you can see the product right in the middle there. And I just dab it on over top of that. So next I'm going to move on to the bronzer. Very, very important thing to remember is this is a bronzer, not a contour. If you try to contour with this, it's going to be way too orange and it's going to look really ridiculous. So instead of putting it, so right here is where my natural contour is. Instead of putting it there, I'm going to actually be putting it on the bottom half of my cheekbone, not in my contour spot, and then a little bit up my hairline. For these products, I like to use my Becca One Perfecting brush. You can kind of see I've been using this a lot, but I do kind of the bronzer on one side and then my blush on the other. It's a big brush, so you can split it up. So I just spray it directly on. And very lightly, because this does have a lot more pigment to it. Dab it on my cheekbone and up my hairline. I do it very lightly and then blend it out with the brush I use for the foundation. Now for the blush, I'm just going to spray it on the other part of my brush here. The biggest problem I have with their blushes is I went in and tried all 4 colors, and this was the only color that would show up on my skin. So I'm using the color Orange You Glad, and I don't know if just all the testers were empty, but this is the only one that had any color payoff on my skin, and realistically, I'm pretty fair, so I'm not entirely sure how these will work out for most people. I am really excited. I'm going to LA next month, and I've heard about the Barely There cosmetic line at Target, and so I really want to see if I can get any more blushes, because I do like these products. I just wish I had more options. Now I do like to pull my blush all the way up so that it blends really nicely into the bronzer. I am taking my time with this, but if I were to do this on a regular day, the foundation, bronzer, and blush just goes on so quickly, especially since I only used 2 brushes. Okay, so I'm going to fill in my brows a little bit just because the foundation product did cover some of my hairs. For an everyday look, I like to fill it in just really lightly, and I'm using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer in Brunette. Just cuz. I'm gonna throw whatever's left on my brush just under my jawline. For a really quick go-to eye look, I'm just gonna use my Laura Mercier Caviar Eye Stick in the color Amethyst and just draw all over my eyelid. Blend the edges a little bit. I'm going to throw a little bit of Makeup Geek Creme Brulee just in my crease. I'm using the Sephora Colorful Wink It Felt Liner in Midnight Navy. For some reason the navy works better than the black, so I tend to gravitate towards it. I'm just doing a really thin line on my lashes. And then just a really little baby wing. See how much definition that gives me already? I'm gonna curl my lashes. I always do a 2-step mascara look if I'm gonna be not wearing any lashes. So first I'm using the Benefit Roller Lash. When I get ready on a normal day, I seriously never have any issues. I try to get ready on camera, and every single time something goes wrong. The pad just fell out of my eyelash curler, so I'm gonna go get a new one. While I let the first layer of mascara dry, I'm gonna move on to my lips. One of my favorite everyday natural lip colors is this full-on lipstick from Buxom, and it's in the shade, oh no, the color's down here but it's worn off, so I'll look it up online and post it in the description box. So while I was doing my lips, I noticed something that I want to mention. This foundation does stick to really dry skin. I have a little bit of dry skin around my nose. And I can see it kind of sticking to that, so keep that in mind if you have dry skin. Otherwise, moisturize really well. I didn't do that this morning when I was getting ready, so that probably had something to do with it. But moisturize really well. I also used a primer that was more of like, my Hourglass one's more like a lotion texture, so it should help, but keep that in mind. Okay, so for my second coat of mascara, I like to use the Revlon Bold Lacquer Grow Luscious. I'm not really sure if it helps my lashes grow, but it's seriously a really good mascara. And for myself, that is the finished look. But quickly I'm going to show you a couple steps that I do if I am going to work and I don't have time to do a full face change. If I just want to amp it up a little bit, I'll take my Kat Von D contour kit in the darkest shade. Add just a little bit of contour right into this corner. and under my jaw, of course. Then I'll use one of my favorite Sephora highlighters. It's the Sephora Micro Smooth Baked Illuminizer in Stardust. I'll add a little bit. I don't go too crazy on highlighter. And then I'll maybe also amp up the eyes. If I'm just doing a really quick color change of my eyes to make it more dramatic, I like to just take a color and put it in the crease. So I'm going to do that with the Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca palette. And I'm going to use a little bit of the color Anthem and Rewind mixed together. I'll add just another layer of mascara. And let's switch it up to a darker lip. I am going to switch to the NYX Suede Cream Lipstick in the color Cherry Skies. And that's how I would quickly take this look from day to night, or day to work time for me, because I work in a bar. I didn't touch up any of my face because obviously I just applied it, but I do find that if I'm in a pinch, I can just spray some on a brush, quickly touch it up, and it applies over top of itself really well. So I like that for days I'm in a rush. Yeah, that's the finished look. I hope you liked it, and I hope you got some insight on these products. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I will try to answer them the best I can. I will mention though, if you do have a deeper skin tone, get the bronzer instead of the foundation. I was swatching the foundation colors because that's originally what I wanted to get as a contour until I realized that there was a bronzer. But this is the same price as the foundation, and look at the size. I can't remember which color it was, but when I swatched them, this was the exact same color as one of the deeper tones of the foundation. So lucky you, you'll get more for the same price. I hope you liked this simple day to night look, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.